What's up, everybody? TonyPizzaGuy here, and as you can see, the match has already started, but this is not really about the match. This is just background for what I want to talk about, and that is talking about Edge's retirement. I got a lot of comments saying, Tony, can you please talk about Edge's retirement? What do you think of that? What do you think of it? Well, I will let you guys know what I actually think about Edge's retirement, but before we actually talk about Edge's retirement, we will get you a little backstory on Edge, get a little information on Edge and who he really is. And basically, Edge started out in the 90s wrestling in North American indie promotions. During these times, he competed in singles and with Christian, also known as Christian Cage. And Christian isn't his real brother, he's just a storyline brother. In 1997, Jim Ross had signed him to a developmental deal with WWF and began competing the following year. After signing, he began working under the name Edge. In June of '99, he actually got his first Intercontinental title, and in the mid-1990, he and Christian actually started teaming up, and they won their first WWF Championship. It was the first of 7 that they had actually won. During this time, he gained a lot of fame in the tag team division. You should probably know that. Partly due to their triangle ladder match they had, and their table ladders and chairs match they had. And then in 2001, the team had actually broken up and they went their separate ways. Now, with Edge, he had actually won 31 championships in WWE. I think that's actually a record, including 11 World Championships, which is 4 WWE Championships, and a record 7 World Heavyweight Champions. He has 5 Intercontinental titles, 1 United States title, 14 Tag Team Champions, and that is 12 World Tag Team titles and 2 WWE Tag Team titles. And one of those he had actually held with Hulk Hogan. And that's a huge accomplishment right there. I don't know how many guys have actually held the Tag Team titles with Hulk Hogan. And he is one of the 2 wrestlers who had held every current active male championship in the WWE. The other one being Kurt Angle. But something that Edge did that Kurt Angle never did. Kurt Angle did do this, but not all of this. He had actually won the 2001 King of the Ring. He had won the Money in the Bank ladder match. And he had won the Royal Rumble. So that makes Edge the only wrestler to ever do all of those things. No other wrestler actually won King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, and Royal Rumble. And besides that, he did some other television appearances. He was in a fantasy movie called Highlander Endgame, if you guys remember that movie. He was on The Weakest Link, Mind and Mencia, Deal or No Deal, and Mad TV. So there you go. And some of the things that Edge actually wrestled under, he wrestled under the name Adam Copeland, which is his real name. He did Adam Impact. He was Conquistador number 1 when he was with Christian. They were Conquistadors. Damian Stryker, Sexton Hardcastle, and Edge were all the names that he had actually wrestled under. And he was actually trained by a lot of guys. He was trained by Ron Hutchinson, no idea who that is. Sweet Daddy Sicky, no idea who that is. And some other guys who you might know. Dory Funk Jr., Tom Pritchard, Leo Burke, and Stu Hart. And he had actually just retired April 11, 2011. He debuted July 1st, 1992. Now, let's get into what I actually think of Edge and let you know exactly some thoughts on this, because Edge is one of those guys that I had actually seen near the debut of him in the WWE. And I remember when he came out with Sable and Body Slam Mark Merrow and all that crazy stuff. I was watching Edge since the start of his career in the WWE all the way to the end of his career in the WWE. And that is kind of crazy because you can't say that about a lot of the wrestlers. I mean, Stone Cold, sure, but Stone Cold hadn't actually officially retired. The Rock, maybe, but he hasn't officially retired. Shawn Michaels, I don't think I've started watching him. Like, Edge is one of the guys that I have seen on TV, watching it live on Monday nights on Raw, all the way till now. And I will give you my thoughts on Edge. Now, Edge has never been my favorite wrestler. In fact, I thought that all of his face stuff was pretty crappy, and the stuff that he did with Kane was pretty crappy too. But my favorite parts of Edge were when he was with Christian and they did the flash photography stuff, and I thought that was pretty awesome. And I hated his little run with Hogan. I just didn't like it at all. It was just bad. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it at all. But something that was amazing was when he won Money in the Bank and he actually cashed it in and won his title. And he did the Rated R Superstar gimmick, and he was with Lita, and they did the live sex celebration, and that was Edge's high point of his career. Because if you remember, that live sex celebration had like one of the highest ratings that Raw had ever gotten in a while. And that was crazy for Raw. And if you go back and watch that, by the way, this is a little thing for you guys. Lita, you can actually see a part of her nipple live on Raw. Yes, because it was live and they didn't know, and yeah. It sucks how it all happened, how Edge ended up stealing her away, but what are you going to do? It was a good career move for Edge, I guess, because it became the Rated R Superstar. Him and Lita had one of the best gimmicks of all time, and it was just awesome. Edge is a great wrestler. He's awesome. I'm going to miss Edge, and I don't know. Edge was just one of the greats, and as boring as he's gotten in past years, I still think he's probably one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He's gonna go in the Hall of Fame. You know, he's won so many championships that he's got to be one of the greats. I wouldn't put him in my top 10. I'd put him in my top 20 though. I mean, his stuff with Batista was kind of boring. His whole SmackDown stuff was kind of boring. I liked him better on Raw as the Rated R Superstar, to be honest with you guys. But Edge, nonetheless, will probably be in the Hall of Fame next year. I'm counting on it. And Christian will induct him. As Christian said, you are a great wrestler and can't wait to induct you into the Hall of Fame. And hopefully now, this will propel Christian to get his shot. And I'm hoping that Christian versus Del Rio is going to happen sometime soon. But we'll have to see on that. But Edge, he is great. He is known for his TLC match. And you know what? I haven't even talked about my favorite Edge match. Probably I'm gonna have to say this just because I loved WrestleMania 17 so much. It is the greatest WrestleMania of all time, and you can't argue with that. There were so many great matches. I'll have to say the greatest Edge moment was when he speared Jeff Hardy holding on to the top of the belt at WrestleMania 17, speared him off of it, and Edge's face was priceless. He was pretty much dead. And that's going to go down as my favorite Edge match of all time, the WrestleMania thing with Dudley's and the Hardys and them, and it was great. It was awesome. And it was WrestleMania, so you know it was going to be great. And Edge won the Royal Rumble. I was pretty excited when he actually won the Rumble. That was crazy. I did not expect him to do that. But I loved his Ultimate Opportunist thing. I don't really know what more to say about Edge, but he's a great athlete. I loved what he did in the ring. He entertained all the time. He's probably one of the greats. And it sucks that he had to retire so soon. It's just one of those things that you can't control, but he said he's going to go eat a whole lot of ice cream and enjoy life. So, you know, you could see him come out in like a manager role or something like that. You know what would be kind of awesome is if he just managed Christian. You know how sweet that would be? Because he doesn't have to wrestle. He loves the business. Or you know what? Maybe he can just take some time off. Explore some other hobbies that he has. He doesn't have to wrestle. I mean, take some time off, Edge. Do what you want to do. And have some fun. You're not even listening to this. I don't know why I'm trying to talk to you because you're not listening. But anyway, I don't really have much more to say about Edge. Is that he was a great athlete. Loved him as a Rated R Superstar. Loved him as the Ultimate Opportunist. Loved him when he was with Lita. And he was probably better as a heel than he was as a face, but still, he accomplished so much stuff in the ring. He's known for being one of the greatest competitors in ladder matches. Him and Christian had one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and Edge will never be forgotten because he's got so many awesome, epic matches that will live on in the rest of the WWE history. Anyway, Edge, one of the greats. Wish you luck in the future. And it sucks that you had to leave. It sucks that you had to retire. But that's all the time I got today. I'm going to cut this off at 10 minutes. Video's not over, but oh well. You guys just wanted to hear what I had to say. Tony Pizza Guy, frag out.